Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's D-Man the Great here, and I am back once again to discuss WrestleMania and the WWE main events that's happening. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the WWE Championship, where at the current moment, Drew McIntyre is the champion. And I wanted to talk about his situation right now, because I've seen more than one person talk about WrestleMania, and I don't necessarily agree with what they're saying. And the thing about everything, right, is that Drew McIntyre, during a very difficult time in the world, became the WWE champion for the first time. He was planning to be WWE champion in 2020, 6 years ago. For the very first time, he got to eliminate Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble and had punched his ticket to go to WrestleMania and compete for the WWE Championship. And with that, he had entered himself into a very sticky situation, right? So he was looking to establish himself as the guy in a very sticky time. The world shut down. There was no fans allowed in the stands. So he wasn't able to really truly get to be the wrestler that he was going to become. And he was the number one star throughout the entire time. And the thing is, a whole bunch of everybody left. Roman Reigns took off because of health and safety. He had just came back from a recession and leukemia and had just returned back to wrestling. So Roman wasn't necessarily cool with being there at the time for the 8-month period that he was away. Then Becky Lynch, she got pregnant. And she was one of the major stars at the time. She had just main evented the WrestleMania prior. So she, after WrestleMania, took a break for a while. So we were entering a new era, a new age. And Drew McIntyre was the spearhead. Drew McIntyre was the world champion. And unfortunately, by the time it came to where we could have fans again, Drew McIntyre had lost the WWE Championship for the second time. And I think WrestleMania 37 it was the first show we had some sort of fans again. And then we didn't really have fans until SummerSlam 2021. So Drew McIntyre didn't really get to hold the title during a period that had fans in the building, fans in the stands, right? And here we come to the trials and tribulations of his character so far has been, I'm getting screwed over this and this and that, right? So in this case, you get to 2024, we get the whole, I might as well sort of just kind of throw shit at the wall, kind of, because he had moments where he could have become the world champion again, like in 2022 when he fought Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. Then we have 2023 where he had Gunther, where he attempted to win the Intercontinental Championship away from Gunther. Had a match with Sheamus and Gunther at WrestleMania that was 5 stars in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Then he had the feud of the year 2024 with CM Punk, where he won the World Heavyweight Championship at one point, but he lost it immediately because Money in the Bank briefcase. So we had a feud of the year with CM Punk. Then we have 5-star Wrestling News Observer Hell in a Cell match. And a lot of people at this time were vouching pretty heavy for Drew McIntyre to complete his story so he could finally win. And then here comes 2025, right? He gets denied the Roman Reigns story because he was going to become the bloodline hunter and he was going to work his way through the bloodline, starting with Sammy and Jay. Jay went over, and then the storyline was kind of dropped in favor for him to do a feud with Damian Priest, who, which was a demotion for Drew McIntyre. Like, I'm about to work the bloodline, and then I get demoted to a feud with the other. But it's understandable because you get the Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins thing, and then this year was supposed to be Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins before the shoulder injury. So yeah, the whole thing is kind of fucked up from there, right? Because, and then he's worked his way back, and then Cody vouches for him to win the world championship, and then there's potential backstage politics involved in the decision for Cody to make the decision to lose the title. But we're not going to get into that today. So Drew McIntyre finally wins the WWE Championship, and he gets to take the title back home for the very first time. So he's a 3-time WWE Champion, 1-time World Heavyweight Champion at this point, and he gets to take his World Championship back home on his first house show tour. Whatever. So Drew McIntyre, in this run as WWE Champion, his first WWE Championship reign, where fans were involved or around the build, where fans were allowed to be in the building. And then this is a very long-winded way of getting here, right? So, in this long-winded circus that I've taken you through, what I'm saying is, Sam Roberts has said that he, and then not just Sam Roberts, I've heard this take from Russell Juice, this Steven Larson, not Larson's, because Larson didn't say it, but Steve said it, is this is a pathway for us to receive Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes one-on-one. And the thing about that, though, is as much as I do want, I mean, I don't even care to see it anymore because we've already seen the match. We've seen them work together already. The King of the Ring final in, was that June or July? We've seen the match now. So it's like, it's a rematch. And then the thing is, it's like, I don't see what story. WWE doesn't really give us stories like that anyway. The story might not even be the right story. And then it's like, where are they going to manufacture the beef from? Are we going to do a big 3-month blow-off rivalry between these two individuals? And then, if we're going to do it that way, we might as well, per se, have a multi-man, because the 3 in the ring right now that I'm showing you was sort of one of the initial plans, I guess, to have Jacob and Drew and Cody and Randy included now, I guess. That would be a more optimal fit because there's no story between Randy and Cody. And it's like, I understand that the whole legacy thing, but fuck that. They're friends now. They've already fought in a multi-man match at WrestleMania back in 2010 when Cody wasn't Cody yet. But we need, in this situation, if they're going to do Randy and Cody, to keep Cody Rhodes, because the thing is, Cody Rhodes has to be away from the WWE Championship. If we're gonna do it, we have to have Cody and Randy have a months-long feud where they fight twice, and then have a potential a blow-off stipulation match, like a Hell in a Cell match or something like that between the two of them. So, but the thing is, I don't know if we even need that, or a last man standing, some sort of stipulation. That's what the match has to be, eventually. But it can't be at WrestleMania, because we only have a month and a half. So, the question now is, if we're going to have this rivalry, this situation, right? Why are we going to do it in the way that it's being done? And to have Drew lose, that's a disservice to Drew on Friday. Because Cody and Drew fight for the WWE Championship on SmackDown this week. It's a disservice to Drew to just take away the WWE Championship and then have him and Jacob fight in a one-on-one match when Jacob, apparently they say that Drew, and then Drew says it every time, I wasn't even the one that attacked Jacob. So it's like, why would we, like, why? So it's like, it's a situation where we're fucking Drew over and taking away a WrestleMania match he could get, which this should be the main event of night one. And then the thing is, it's like, shoot. And then the thing is, people are trying to vouch for the women to get a main event. The women don't need a main event. This year especially. Like, if it was Bianca and Rhea, it would be worthy of a main event. Last year's match was worthy of a main event, but the story didn't really have heat. It was pretty fucking stupid, if I say so myself. But the match was fucking on point. A lot of people's match of the year. And even people that watch AEW was trying to put it at match of the year. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting field there. So, but that's beside the point. This Drew McIntyre's chance to sort of get a little bit of vindication. And, I mean, I guess technically he's already a WrestleMania main eventer, so it's not important that he is in the match, I guess, in the main event directly. But it's time for Drew McIntyre to... he has to get he got the last little bit of the flowers that he's earned would be a WrestleMania spot. Because by the time that he wasn't WWE champion anymore, they were in the undercard, I believe, of WrestleMania 37. And then I think Drew and Bobby fought, and then they were in the undercard. And then Bianca and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné at the time, fought in night one. And then it was Roman, Edge, and Daniel Bryan in night two. So Drew McIntyre had one shot, had 1 year where he was in the spot, and he never was able to receive that spot again. And then in 2024, Cody, Roman, Rollins did night one, then Cody, Roman 2 did the main event. And it's like, how many times? And then that's the thing too. How many times we about to have Roman Reigns just the main event every year, and then no matter who's here, Roman Reigns just the main event every year. But hey, I'm not complaining about that really. But it's a disservice to Drew McIntyre. Jacob Fatu. If you want Jacob Fatu to stay in limelight, having a match with Drew McIntyre that I don't know if it'll really have heat like that. And then you remove Cody and you remove Randy when they both have beef or enough of a beef with Drew McIntyre. Because Drew McIntyre did screw Randy out of a match with Aleister Black last week or a couple weeks ago. So he screwed him out of that match. Then we had him screwing Jacob and Cody out of several opportunities at the WWE Championship in the Elimination Chamber. So we really have to settle that beef, settle these stories. You can't just leave it on the table. And it's like, shit, he screwed Cody, but it's like, how many times he screwed Cody? And then it's like, and then you're just gonna take Cody out of his issue with Jacob, like they don't have a problem with each other. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully they make the right decision here, but It's a very tough spot that they've entered themselves in. But Drew McIntyre deserves a spot here, and it's well overdue. And it's like if you're going to give Drew McIntyre his desserts, what he deserves, let him have everything. But I thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys later.